Hey, what's going on, Beowulf Nation? I'm Beowulf back at it with another video. Now, I've been seeing some people want to know about winterizing or maybe maintenance on their jet skis. I think the biggest thing is battery, because when you're in the winter, it's a lot of work on some skis to take a battery out. And then some you just, you rather just leave in there and put like a trickle charger on there. So I kind of run two different brand trickle chargers, one that I already had and another two that actually I have for sale on my Amazon store. That's amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. I actually have both on there. There's one's a little bit more money than the other, so I want to kind of show you more of a now I want to say cheaper one, but it still shows what the voltage is on your battery instead of just showing a red or green light if it's charged or not. So it kind of gives you something a little bit more data than just like you plug it in, you don't really know what's going on with your battery. So I'm going to kind of show you between all three of my skis, two are running the same battery tender, and then another one is running a different one. And I kind of teamed it up kind of the length too, because some of these you might have to run an extension cord. But the biggest thing having one of these, especially like let's say in the summer, you don't ride for a couple of weeks and you go ride and the battery's dead. It's not like a car where you go jumping it. That would be not intelligent. And it's just good to always make sure it's ready to go, especially in the wintertime. It's better to have it charging when the next time riding, you just know your battery's worth it, because the batteries aren't cheap. So it's good to have good maintenance with it. But I want to show you, I don't think it's real easy to see. So with the Yamaha, there was an adapter to run a battery tender on it. The problem with it is the cap had a lot of corrosion happening, and I don't want to say I go a lot in the ocean, so it's very quickly it did that. I don't really think that's a smart thing to do. It's real easy just to clamp onto your battery terminals. But I'll show you guys what the kind of whole setup is on the SXR 1500. Just gotta pop the hood open and I'll kind of show where it's all plugged up and kind of what battery tender is on this. All right, so here's the setup on my SXR 1500. So the big thing is, if you look in here, it's a tight space. I mean, I guarantee you probably can snag the battery out. It's not easy. I mean, I guarantee it's coming up through this way. So if you were like on and off riding, like where I live, where it's, like in a couple of days, it's gonna be over 70 degrees, and then this past week it was kind of cold, it doesn't make sense pulling it out. So I'll leave this on the battery tender on this one. And I've seen since getting this battery drains quite quickly because it has an on and off switch. Maybe that's just how a Kawasaki works. The battery's holding its charge when it's charging, so I don't really think it's replacing it. Before I was debating about replacing the battery. But from kind of seeing what's going on, I'm not replacing it. So I'll show you guys what the setup with this battery tender is. So this is kind of the data this one shows. And this is the more cheaper one I was telling you guys about. So you show it's fully 100% charged. That's also a nice thing too, is the percentage of where you're at. And then this is just showing the volts that it's charging at. All these are between a 6 volt and a 12 volt. Charge on them. It's nice too. It has a hook. Both these you can find in my Amazon store at amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. So what I had to do is run a whole extension cord here because it's just not long enough. I've tried to push it up as close as I can. So this is the setup that's on the SXR. Let me go and show you guys the next setup that I have. Now, seeing the batteries on the front there, the seadoo has the battery up front. So the battery's on the back here. It's the same thing. It's charged. You got a decent amount of room there. So then I had to run a whole extension cord thing. And then this one's running the same charger as the other one. And I try to keep it off from it not resting on any of the paint or anything so it doesn't scratch it. So then it's gonna be the harder one to get up to is to the seadoo. I got some stuff in the way. Alright, time to jump on in. Alright, so the seadoo one's a little harder to get to. There you can see probably a lot more clear of where it's plugged into. And this one I have to say is probably the easiest one to take the battery and move it out. And I have to say the Yamaha is easy too. This is pretty straightforward with it. So it's kind of crazy is how all different brands kind of have them different. Now the harder thing is with the battery tender that I picked with this one. This is more my longer, bigger one, and I didn't want to run another extension cord. So this is why I had it with this one. This one is like, I think it's Bluetooth and all this fancy stuff. It, you know, it really doesn't, you don't need a crazy one like this. But see, this one has a hook too, and I'm using the hook to just keep it where it's not dangling down. Because the problem with this one is the cord's really long, but then if you had it resting down, it would just be pulling tension on the battery terminals. And this one was more, when I originally got this, was for a car related, not originally thinking I'd be using it on my jet skis. It's nice. I mean, if you got the money, I would definitely buy it. I don't think it's not a crazy amount of difference between pricing, but it kind of gets you to show some more of the like higher tech ones, because there's stuff you can go buy that, you know, just has a light, you really don't know what's going on. This one's just basically saying it's already auto maintenance right now, or auto maintaining. This is for fully charged. This one usually shows a percentage of what's going on, but you can kind of see here too, there's, you know, when it's plugged in, once it's fully charged, it's not giving you much data of what's going on. And maybe I'd have to say the cheaper one shows you a little bit more info. So I want to kind of show you guys, you know, kind of, you know, I think it matters the brand ski you got, but then also what you want to spend. You don't want to buy something so cheap, and then you don't also want to buy something that's over the top expensive. I recall with this one too, I'm pretty positive it came with a plug too, where you could plug it in your cigarette lighter. So say like you had a car, you could just plug it right in there to charge it instead of having it connecting to the batteries. Because some newer vehicles too, batteries are harder to get to. I know, for example, there's a charging area on my Jeep Grand Cherokee, but actually the battery is located underneath the seat, front passenger seat of the car. So it'd be a little bit more complicated. They have a charging area where they show under the hood, but it's not directly to the battery. But then even that one too, you could use it where it plugs into the cigarette lighter. But definitely it's, you know, a lot of this is kind of a, you know, it's a must to have. And I'm going to do another video of like a must thing you should kind of be doing on a regular maintenance thing. It technically be winterizing. I don't do any type of winterizing because it might get cold outside. So kind of what the weather is here is maybe we'll get down to 30 degrees, maybe in the high 20s. That's at night, so it's not during the day. And like being here at my house, we don't have like natural gas or anything heating the house. We have a heat pump. So actually the air handler is above this room, my garage. It actually kind of, I don't want to say heats it, but it's definitely, it's a little bit more warmer than I would have to say. You never come outside and see your breath. Like you could go outside, and especially when it gets colder times, I don't open the garage at all, even though, you know, if I had to get something out, or I keep it kind of closed to keep the temperature kind of staying stable. But I've never once thought that I had to winterize anything because I ride on a regular basis. The thing is, January has been a little slow. The days have been nice to ride. I was either traveling or weren't in the area that I had time to ride. The biggest thing is, you know, you want to have these battery tenders on there because it's just, you don't want to be eating through batteries real quick. I've seen posts of people showing where, you know, they have newer machines, they use it a couple times, and maybe did something with accessories that, you know, it drained it. Maybe even too with some of the people riding, you got speakers and stuff. You got to think of the time when you're riding that you have it playing, maybe when the ski is off. It's just always good to have your battery maintenance. It'd be really upsetting to be paying for a tow because your battery failed, or especially taking a trip, going to go ride, and you get there and you can't ride because your battery's dead. I know that feeling. I've had it I think once or twice maybe, and then luckily I have another ski and another on the trailer and just go take that one out. But definitely it's a very important thing with maintenance. So make sure you check it out. Also too, on my Amazon store, there's a whole bunch of different stuff from maintenance wise to, like, you know, everything you kind of need. Doesn't matter what brand of jet ski you got. I kind of have different things. And if you'd like to see other items added onto there, you know, send me a DM on Instagram. And also too, give me a follow on there. It's @IAM_Beowulf. Also too, check out the I Am Beowulf merch. Got a bunch of new stuff coming out. I'm finally, the best thing is I'm feeling like 110% today, and I'm like really happy. I've been feeling really drained out, feeling really good, so definitely excited. Tomorrow's gonna be warm, gonna be having some good videos. So definitely there'll be some new merch coming up on IamBeowulf.com, so make sure to check that out. Also too, if you're new to the channel and you just found the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're already an existing subscriber, you have to smash the bell notification, because you subscribe, the bell notification will notify you as soon as it uploaded. I try to post every other day. Maybe sometimes if you can't make any videos, it might be a little spaced out, but my goal is to try to make a video every other day. Not every day, because I think that's just a little sensor overload of tons of stuff, but I try to have it every other day. And make sure too, you hit that bell notification. Be driven to win. Remember, every day is Earth Day. I'm Beowulf. It's the end of the video. Peace out, Beowulf Nation.